Hello, my dear students. Hello, Maria Camila. How are you
Sure.
today?
Fine, fine. And you?
Okay.
Hi, Natalia. Hi, Marilyn.
Okay. Have a good day. And hello, Natalia. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm good.
Okay. And Marilyn, how are you today?
Good afternoon, teacher. Very well, thank you.
Okay. Okay, excellent. My dear students, today we are going to talk about different topics. The first topics for the class is I talk about different civilizations. And the second part of the class is very important to talk about globalization. And the topic for the grammar topic is about passive voice. Another topic about listening and some activities about multiple intelligence. There is the activities for the class. And okay, I start with the first topic for the class is about do you like to learn about other culture or civilizations? For example, Maria Camila. What is your opinion? Do you like to learn about other culture or civilizations?
Yes, teacher. In fact, I like to watch series about another other cultures. Because to me it's important now our past to and to me these things are interesting. I like these topics and I watch many movies, many programs about that.
For example, what culture or civilization do you like?
The Mayans in Mexico
Okay.
and
Why? Why do you like that culture? It's in Mexico.
I think the Mayans were an intelligent civilization
Mhm.
to this century, to this time, because they construct many things, many awesome things, and they have a calendar, an interesting calendar, and exact. I like Mayans because they studied the stars, the sky, the sun, and all of that is mysterious but interesting.
Okay, excellent, excellent, Maria Camila. Thank you for your answer. And Marilyn, thank you for your vocabulary. Very, very. Okay. Maria Camila, what is your opinion? Do you like to learn about other culture or civilization, or uh, Marilyn?
Okay, teacher. Yes, I like so much. I like the culture
Egypt?
Egyptian. Okay.
Egyptian. Okay.
Okay, Egyptian. I like so much. It's so much interesting for me. The pyramid, the construction of the pyramid is incredible and is a mystery. Is uh, so interesting for me. The culture Egyptian. Um, Also for example, her likes for the cats. I like
Okay.
so cats. I like so much cats.
Okay.
It's interesting. Um, uh, they form that uh, life. or different. For example, the pharaoh is what is the meaning of cuando I don't remember, o sea, los momificaban. What is the meaning, teacher?
The mommy? The mommy?
Mummific? Okay. The mummific is very interesting so because it's a tradition for their is so good. I recommend definitely.
Okay. Excellent, dear Marilyn. Thank you. Natalia, how about you? What is the most interesting culture or civilization in your opinion?
Well, as I told my classmate Marilyn, yes, Marilyn, yes, es que Marilyn, María Camila, me confundo, pero wait, okay. So for me, the most interesting culture is the Egyptian, yes, because it's one of the most ancient, with thousands of years, and maybe as she said, it is really important or attractive that point. Yes, the mummies, the pharaoh, all those behaviors or beliefs. Sorry, beliefs. So
Beliefs.
yes, beliefs. I believer is beliefs. Okay, okay. So those beliefs. But something that really catch my attention was when I saw something about ay, se me olvidó el nombre. ¿Cómo es que se llama esta señora? La tenía ahorita en la lengua y se me fue.
Cleopatra.
Cleopatra,
Esa,
maybe?
Cleopatra,
Okay.
yes, se me olvidó el nombre. Dios mío. Esa, okay. So that girl, yes, Cleopatra. I watched a documental from Discovery, and in the documental it says that Cleopatra get married with her brother. Yes, so it's according to the Egyptian culture. It is en esa época, in that oh my goodness, what happened with me today?
Age?
Uh, yes, with oh my god, yes, what happened? So anyway, so according to that age, it was normal. It were normal that a a person or that between brothers and sisters get married. Yes, because it was something cultural. But now that
The
doesn't function. Yes,
incest
but
is terrible.
Cleopatra get married with her brother, and um, but she has a lot of lovers, like romance. So yes, with others guys, in order to acquire more power. Yes,
Yes,
so
yes.
it was something interesting, but I don't understand that kind of politician, but of politics, but it's like that. Yes, she get married with her brother, and she has different boyfriends or lovers in different part of the world, and that's achieve that the power. Uh, she could yes have the power only for her. Yes,
Yes.
and that Egyptian culture get bigger and bigger and bigger, but something strange happened. Maybe one of the emperors uh, became crazy of love about Cleopatra and lost power, and something strange happened, and they killed him. Yes, so they killed him. So Cleopatra lost the power, and then was someone killed her too. So I don't know. I don't understand that kind of behavior, but and also I think that if we are studying foreign language, we really love culture because
Mhm.
when we study a language, we worry about the culture, about the customs, about different things that happens in that in the different countries in which the language is spoken. Yes, for example, if I study French, I'm going to worry about what does people from France do, or or what the language is in this way or not in the other way. Yes, so I consider that of course we are interested in the culture because we are studying some foreign language, and study a language is involves to know about a culture. Yes, because for example, if I say it, for example, we have the British English and the American English. Yes, they
Mhm.
are different. Yes, but or they have they have similarity, but they are different. Yes, or it's like in Spanish. Yes, for example, in Colombia, maybe when we said buseta here is like a bus. Yes, but
Mhm.
in other country the same word has a different meaning, so it's something like that. Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Okay.
I agree with you. There are an interesting subject in our UNAT University and talk about the cultures, different cultures, learning and culture. This is an interesting subject. Okay, Consuelo, how about you? Uh, do you like to learn about any
Good afternoon, teacher
cultures
and
or
classmate.
civilization? Hello, dear
Yes,
Consuelo.
yes, teacher. I think for me one of the most important cultures was the Greek, the
Okay.
Greek culture, because today we have a lot of things in favor of that. For example, the sports. A lot of sports, the origin was Greek,
Mhm.
and of course the sports was a good moment for the women because in the for example the Olympics games starts with only men, and when after years and the woman began participating in a lot of kind of sports like running or swimming and others. I think it's important also because of the architecture. In this moment, we have different constructions. For example, in the towns, um, um, that the origin was the Greeks. In education, we have also a lot of apports,
Yes,
maybe. For example, the maths, the
geometric.
the geometric is an important topic in because of the Greek culture, and I don't remember another's.
And
And
philosophy.
philosophy and literature. Literature
Yes,
is the word.
literature.
For example, the Iliad. I don't
Yeah.
know the name if is the same in English. Iliada, Odyssea. There are a great literatures, um,
Literature.
literatures. And I think so, teacher. The Greeks was very important also for the language because I understand when the Latin is the mix of Roman and
Do
Greeks.
you like that class? I hate that class.
I think it's interesting because the Spanish
I think
is
it's a
also
little
because
complicated.
of the Greeks and the Romans, I
Yeah.
don't, and the Latin was maybe another mix, and because of that, the Spanish has the first steps.
Okay. I don't know if you in your program there are that subject, but in my program there are Greece and Latin. Was
Uh-huh.
terrible in my opinion. Was impossible for me. I don't understand. It's terrible. It's terrible. I don't
Now,
know, but
in the new program, we
yeah.
don't have a Greek. Or,
it-
yes, no, we don't have. We
uh,
have French, but it's
French, okay. I prefer French, but uh, other
okay.
I don't know how do you say that language is a little complicated for to study that part. Okay, my dear students, excellent. Okay,
Okay.
and now I would like to talk some topics about globalization. What is your opinion for first? I shared a video about globalization and then I would like to talk about that topic. Okay, I shared the audio.
Globalization and the potential benefits aren't hard to understand. By eliminating trade barriers, the concept of globalization and the potential benefits aren't hard to understand. By eliminating trade barriers in an honest manner, everyone could theoretically win. 1. Poor countries would receive a significant influx of capital, as international companies take advantage of the lower wages, and in time, this could even lead to a gradual eradication of poverty. 2. Those who live in rich countries can take advantage of greater product variety, as well as better prices thanks to imports. 3. The world would move towards a more efficient allocation of capital, based on whatever it is each country can produce better than others. If a country cannot produce, let's say, clothing in a cost-effective manner, it can simply import clothes and focus on the products it's better at making. Unfortunately, things haven't exactly gone as planned for several reasons. 1. Most countries don't practice what they preach when it comes to being fair. For example, rich countries which encourage poorer countries to sell them resources, but discourage them from selling actual high value added products. 2. Everyone wants to game the system by artificially weakening their currency to boost exports, subsidizing industries, and so on. 3. Whenever something's wrong with the economy, local politicians and citizens love blaming globalization. It sure beats looking in the mirror. The end result is that more and more people claim globalization doesn't work. However, is what we have today truly globalization or just one big masquerade? Compra con hasta 50% de descuento y envío.
Okay. Okay, globalization is an interesting topic. The first question is what images is spring in your mind when you hear the word globalization, Maria Camila?
Okay, globalization. To me, is an big word because that brings a lot of topics. But globalization to me is a way to offer
Mm-hmm.
the power of um, we have some powerful countries to sell, to offer many products to power no, for countries produce. Yes, I don't know how to say it. The poor countries
Uh-huh.
give his their resource. Yes,
Uh-huh.
and the
Uh-huh.
powerful countries take this resource and make it products with all of this. So, poor countries receive less money than a rich country. So the world, eh, eh, um, the world, ¿cómo funciona? Funciona así, no sé cómo decirlo. Entonces, so the rich countries always will be the rich countries, and the poor countries always will be the poor countries.
Okay, yeah, excellent, excellent. And for Consuelo, what is your opinion about what is the good or bad things about globalization?
Mm,
Good or bad things?
maybe the good things could be. mm, I'm here. The good things I think could be the education because we have access to limit resources on internet. You can learn a lot, and also you can find, for example, a job. Um, for example, you can work here in Colombia for another company in United States. I don't know. Um, Also, it's important because the different countries can make agreements
Mhm.
to sell or buy maybe goods or service. For that reason, I think is good. But for example, the countries as Colombia and I don't know, subdesarrollados, or maybe poor countries doesn't have the possibilities to sell their products. Yes, for example, in Colombia, if you grown apples, it's difficult to sell the apples in United States because you should to take different license and different maybe you have a lot of restrictions
Yeah.
because
For technology, especially, for example, the equipment to produce that product. Yes?
yes, and yes, and also is more expensive to create products here in Colombia than in other countries, for example, United States. The governments in that countries they gives benefits to the people to create um, um, maybe products. Yes, in Colombia it's very difficult.
Okay. I totally agree with you. For example, when I traveled to United States, I was amazing. I can see a machine to take the orange and remove the tree, and all the orange uh, uh, immediately is in this country in Colombia is necessary to get a manual process, for example, to get only one fruit. In that country they use a lot of machines for each part of the production of juice, but in my opinion the problem is that the juice is not good that juice in Colombia. It's totally different. The I sense that is without a flavor. I don't know. It's totally different, but the production is very quickly. It's an amazing the production, but it's terrible for that country. For this country in Colombia is totally different. The production of different products in different part. What is your opinion, Natalia? What is the bad or the good part for globalization in your opinion?
Well, the good aspects are that, as my classmate said, maybe we have more access to internet, and we have the opportunity to achieve to get products, yes, in a lower cost, yes, and maybe we have the opportunity to access to new cultures, yes, to know new cultures through internet, through networkings, but uh, I can say that the bad things are bigger than the good ones, yes, because for example, where that the what makes that a culture get interesting is their identity, yes, and when people knows different things for different culture and they mix it, they create like a something new and they looks their identity, yes. So that is one of the aspects, and on the other hand,
I
maybe
don't know. I don't
uh,
understand. You try to explain about the production, for example, in China, a lot of production, the same
no,
product.
no. For example, if in Colombia we have a culture, yes, um, because of the globalization, we bring from different parts of the world um, different manners to
Okay.
behave, to talk, yes, and we tend to forget our identity, yes, our cultural
Okay, I
identity, yes.
understand. Yeah.
So we make a mix it, yes, and we lost identity, yes, and
Uh,
that's
ex-
is good,
okay.
yes. But on the other hand, maybe globalization gave us the opportunity to buy or acquire products in a lower price, but that isn't good for the economical part of the country, yes. For example, Colombia has many resources, yes, but Colombia doesn't have the enough money to produce they own produce, yes. So they have to, oh my god, ¿cómo es? To export, to
Mhm.
to import, sorry, to import,
Okay.
yeah, the products from other countries that they can get here because we have the sources, yes. And maybe the people that work in the country, for example, yes, doesn't have the support, yes, and it's something like that. So biggest and se volvió las enterprises, biggest
Mhm.
enterprises from different countries come to Colombia and does get a lot of money, yes, and take the sources and do money, and people that live here doesn't have unemployment, doesn't have an opportunity, doesn't come with a support, and that's bad for us maybe, and we
Okay.
tend um and uh, and also we tend people tend to think that some if some things come from a different country, for example like the United States or other countries that are bigger or more important than Colombia, is better, yes, but it doesn't means that if something came from a country that has more power or it's bigger or there are less poverty is better, yes, because Colombia has, it's like an example, Colombia has uh, good things, yes, and we are good at making things, yes. It's like when people say I buy this cell phone, for example, because this is from the United States, and all the things that you buy and came from the United States are good. But if you buy this cell phone and it was made here in Colombia, it doesn't function. It's something like that. Yes, we tend to think like that. Yes, we tend to think that if we buy some things from different countries are better than the things we produce here in the country. So it is bad for the economy and for the people that works, yeah, because don't have the support. And enterprise, Colombian enterprise tend to disappear, yes, and get smaller. That's what I think.
Okay, exactly. Very good. But in my opinion, I believe that, for example, multicultural countries, uh, for example, maybe Canada or Australia, was an amazing place because they interact a lot of a lot of cultures, and there is very wonderful idea for globalization. This is a good thing, I think. Okay, I continue to Maria Camila. Is possible to ignorate globalization, in your opinion?
No, teacher. Globalization is an important thing. In fact, it is an economic topic, but it's very.
Okay, I can hear. I don't know. It's not.
Importance with so teacher, can you hear? Teacher?
Tell me. I
Yes.
can. Yes, I can hear clearly, but okay. Consuelo, how would globalization affect your life? This is Consuelo. This is for Consuelo.
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
Uh-huh.
I think
Okay.
maybe not only my life, teacher. I think that globalization could affect, or I think I should think not only by myself, because in my opinion, I have a job. Maybe I think I could continue with my job, but I think we should think in others. For example, um, in Colombia, if you don't speak or English or other language, it's difficult to maybe to obtain a job out of the country. Yes, standing here. In this case, for example, taking a job. Could be difficult because in Colombia there are a lot of companies who produce service or goods, and if they can't competir, I don't know how to say competir. If you no, okay, to complete, I don't know. Okay, if you can't I don't know, teacher. It's difficult when, for example, a company in Colombia has a product and another company from another country has the same product, and you sell the product with the highest price. Yes, in this case, that could affect the internal economy in the country, and if the internal economy in the country is bad, that could be an effect on me.
Yeah.
Maybe because you should consume only external products. For example, the milk. Yes, if you buy a milk, maybe from Boyacá, could be more expensive than the milk that the country import from New Zealand, for example.
Okay.
And you should buy only New Zealand milk. Yes, and that act could affect the Boyaca producers.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree. In my opinion, the big problem is education because it's necessary to get more creativity, innovation, or production of technology. If in our country the government uh, doesn't apport to the education, it's impossible to get a new technology. This is impossible to produce different objects or different machines to change our reality. In my opinion, the education and technology is a big problem for our poverty country. Do you agree, Natalia, or disagree?
Mm, education and which
Technology.
was the other? Technology?
Education because it's necessary to get a new knowledge about different
Yes,
topics.
I am agree because people doesn't have, as you said, people doesn't have the knowledge. People could know how to produce, yes, but they don't have the note knowledge. Yes, they have knowledge that aren't useful for this age. Yes, for example, when you produce what maybe a candy or something like that, something like um for example like ay, ¿cómo se dice bocadillo? Creo que bocadillo no tiene traducción. Bocadillo, like
A
es
beautiful
que es algo muy
candy.
colombiano, es como la guapanela.
No, I, I don't know exactly. A candy, maybe. No, no, I don't know. How do you say?
Okay, pero es que bocadillo y aguapanela son como muy colombianos, entonces yes, so it's like when well, so people, for example, people know how to produce panela, yes, but they doesn't they do the the process in a manufacturing way, yes, and that take
But
a
if
lot
you
of time,
create a
yes,
specific machine to
yes,
produce
but
very fast.
it that happen because people doesn't know doesn't maybe doesn't know how um how does a machine function or doesn't create a specific machine to do that products to make that process, but yes, it is because of educational part isn't good, and maybe we doesn't count with the we doesn't count with the technology to do that process, yes, and maybe the government could support more that space, but the truth is that most of the time the government invests their money and in the
In
wars,
warm.
yes, yes, in war, but I know that we have to be alert, yes, and it's important to invest in the war, in the soldiers, something like that. But I consider that if government invest more money in education, and not only people get is going to get more knowledge about how to produce products, how to create new or innovate the ay, se me olvidó mercado. My goodness. Oh my God, what happened with me? Um, yes,
Market.
mm, yes, markets. Oh my God, what happened today? Okay, okay, markets. Yes, but also people could do different things. Yes, not only because the problem. I think the problem is that people work to get money. Yes, but people doesn't work. People doesn't. put the money to work for them. Yes.
Okay.
So it's something like, I don't know how to express that. Pero
Excellent, excellent, dear Natalia. I agree with us about that. Okay, the topic for today about grammar is very simple, but it's interesting in my opinion. It's a difference but active and passive voice and used for a different part. This okay, I try to share a presentation about that. Okay. The first part is the difference between active and passive. You can see my screen? Yes? Okay, dear Natalia,
yes.
please read the first part of my presentation, the difference between active and passive.
The active. The hunter killed the lion. Passive. The lion was killed by the hunter. Someone has cleaned the window. The windows have been cleaned. And we have here the we have the conjugation of the verb be. Yes.
Okay,
And
but
maybe
only
okay.
I think that the first
The example.
square is
Very good
very
example.
important. I think. What do you think is the difference to when you talk in active or in passive voice?
It's like similar, like it's similar to report
Report the
speech.
speech.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, it's similar because when I talk in active voice, uh, I am talking about something that happens right now. Maybe yes,
In a specific moment.
yes, in a specific moment, and in a passive voice, I am talking about something that happened, but in the past, and I am talking about something that possible.
Uh-huh.
Yes.